Hey guys, it's Joanne from 15 Spatulas. Today I'm doing a sequel to my homemade strawberry fruit roll-ups video. We're going to do 3 new flavors. We are going to make a plum, or actually a pluot flavor. We're going to do a mango one, and also nectarine. Homemade fruit roll-ups are easy to make, they're fun to eat, and they're also a healthy snack. Let me show you how to make it. In the bowl of a food processor, add 3 cups or 1 pound of mango chunks. I'm using frozen mango to make it easy. And then I like to add about a teaspoon of lime juice. You could do lemon instead. And then puree this until it's smooth. Now I like to taste the puree, and if you want it sweeter, you can add honey or sugar to the mixture and mix that in. Pour the mango puree onto a silicone mat lined baking sheet and then spread it out evenly with a spatula. And then you can give it a shake and tilt the pan to flatten it even more. Pop this into a 175 Fahrenheit oven for about 2 to 3 hours to dry out. And that's what you're doing here. You're not really cooking the strips, you just want to cook out the moisture. For the plum or pluot flavor, place 3 cups of cut pluots into your food processor. Again, add a splash of lime or lemon and puree this. And you may need to stop and scrape down the sides a few times just to get everything pureed. Then you can give this a taste to see if you'd like to sweeten it. I actually thought that these pluots were so sweet they didn't need any extra sugar, so I skipped it. And pour it onto a silicone mat on a baking sheet. Again, spread it out with a spatula and give it a shake, and then dry it out in the oven. For the last flavor, add cut nectarines or peach chunks to your food processor and puree it. Again, scrape down the sides, and then give it a taste. I'm adding a little bit of honey since the nectarines weren't so sweet today. And this time I'm baking it on parchment paper instead of the silicone mat, so I can show you later what that looks like. You spread it out just the same, pop it into the oven. Here we've got the mango, and you want it to be dry to the touch. You can see here it's a little bit underdone. You want it set enough so that you can peel it right off like this with ease. Place the mango rectangle onto a cutting board, and you can trim the edges with a pizza cutter. Then cut strips with the cutter and roll it up. These are in the sweet spot of not being overly dried out, but they aren't undercooked either. They have a shiny exterior and a fruit roll-up-like texture. Do the same with the pluot sheet, and you'll see the texture is not as nice as the mango, but it still works out, and I really love this flavor. I think it's delicious. You can trim the edges and you can eat those, and then cut the strips and roll them right up. Now for the nectarine roll-ups, you can see here why I prefer these silicone mats over the parchment paper, because you get these little ripples and wrinkles. It's not as smooth of a surface when you use the parchment paper. Cut this into strips and roll it up just like the others. You'll see the texture of this one is a bit different from the mango and the pluot. It has a more leathery texture to it. Each one is different, and there are things that I appreciate about each fruit and flavor. So it's nice to experiment with different types of fruits depending on what's in season. I've got my 3 flavors here, and it's funny to look at these side by side because the nectarine looks very different from the mango and the pluot. It doesn't have that shininess, like that sheen and that glossiness that the other 2 flavors have. It has the texture of like a dried apple ring, which isn't my favorite, but I know this has good flavor. Let's give it a taste. The texture is closest to a fruit leather, but I really love the flavor of nectarines, which is why I make this. Let's give this mango a try. The feel of this is so different. This is like the most like those unhealthy fruit roll-ups that I loved as a kid. This tastes so much like the candy fruit roll-ups, but a little bit less sweet, but the texture is so similar. All right, time for the pluot. The flavor is incredible. It's very concentrated, like almost jammy. It's really good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to make these 3 new flavors, and I hope you give them a try. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any future recipe videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.